Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Camp Randall Stadium, home to the Wisconsin Badgers. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you. The Badgers will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Looking for a man. It's Jordan. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
Wants to go up top. Trying to find the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Badgers!
Different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, fine. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Here's a heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Badgers getting that pass rush from the 2nd level, like they did with a T.J. Watt or his brother who played up front and transferred from Central Michigan.
They've had a long list of guys, and it's funny, they all kind of look the same. You know, athletic, smart guys that are tough guys, but one thing you have to have in Wisconsin for defense, versatility when you play linebacker.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Nobody fooled with with a trickeration, it'll bring up 4th down.
And after a long drive by the offense on 3rd down, the defense able to make a play, get a hit on the target, knock it loose for an incompletion. And now it's decision time if you're on offense. What do you do here on 4th?
Played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Madison. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Camp Randall.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's home. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wisconsin! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
That is a great job getting to the quarterback. And when you're playing in Camp Randall Stadium, in one of the loudest atmospheres in all of college football, and your offensive line can't hear the snap count, and you've got dudes like T.J. Watt or J.J. Watt coming off the edge, it's not a lot of fun. It's not really fun for this quarterback right now either with this dude rushing.
The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The carry going off right tackle here. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got a man, it's Farmer. At the 45 on his way. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Ohio State. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. The give to the back. Makes him talk to the hand. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And the Badgers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a 1st down. They'll try to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Badger! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. That one will put a little extra distance distance, give them a little cushion down the stretch.
And there was a little bit of hope, but you just snatched away with that touchdown. This game is now over.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Back to pass, it's Jordan. Makes the grab, it's Farmer.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
QB spikes it. No gain on the play. It's third down.
The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Here comes the heat. They got him for the sack. After this, it'll be a wrap. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. A strike downfield. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and, man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all 3 phases, this is a team we're going to be talking about very, very late in the season.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Ran the ball, choose the clock, keep that high-powered Ohio State offense off the field. Wisconsin type of football, Badger ball. All right, man. 120 rushing yards for us, 2 touchdowns. We got several sacks on the QB, pressures on the QB, so kept him on his heels. QB was still accurate, 7 of 8, 132 yards. He had that one big pass he got off. That was a mistake on my part by not calling better coverage defense. Our QB was 14 of 15, 178, 2 touchdowns. We were 1 for 5 on 3rd, but 3 for 3 on 4th. They were 3 for 6 on 3rd. 0 for 1 on 4th. You saw it there. Sack at the end of the game. I only went for that touchdown because I realized we were in the red zone already. Now I'm like, I don't want my red zone percentage messed up. You see it right there. I was like, I want it messed up. Let me get the touchdown. Shout out to the tight end, converted left tackle. He's a bad little tackle, so we made him a good tight end. Shout out to him getting in that end zone, fighting for it, baby. Look at that time of possession. You see what I'm saying? Keep them off the field. Keep the score low. Wisconsin football. Another converted punter to quarterback. Picking there. 14 of 15, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns. Running the ball. You know how Wisconsin does. 25 carries, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the receiving side, Hope, the slot receiver, 9 catches, 82 yards, and a touch. Eddie, 2 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown. You see him right there, that converted left tackle. Bean, can you see? They gave him he's listed as a 70 overall, but that's only because, like, I adjusted his ratings to make him, like, a decent for playing tight end. So, you know, gave him a little bit of speed. So good. So, Bean, 2 catches for 47 yards. Alba, 1 catch for 8 yards. Problem with this team is they are they're senior heavy, and then they got like freshmen and sophomores. So it'll be a little challenging for them for the next couple seasons. Get those sophomores and freshmen to playing time next year. All right, you see it, Bickley there, the captain, 7 pancakes. Emeka with 7 pancakes. Speed with 6. Emery and Price with 4 each. Nagy with 3. G is really like, I guess he was an athlete because his ratings, when I looked at his ratings are for like a defensive end. Even his size, they just put him at tight end. But he's really like a defensive end. So in the offseason, I'll take control of Wisconsin, adjust their roster, move him over to defense. Plus, they got like some real big receivers. They got like a few 6'5" receivers, so put them at tight end. All right. You see Gasperson playing in at 3-4. He had 3 total tackles. Kiernan led the team along with Isaac. I played as Isaac, 4 tackles for losses, 2 sacks. Kiernan with a tackle for a loss. We didn't get any turnovers. Tobias with 1.5 sacks. Van Lanen with 1/2 sack, and Rattay with 1/2 sack. You see Rattay there also had 2 tackles for loss and 3 total tackles. Gasperson. All right, y'all. Appreciate you for tuning in. Stay smart and stay safe. More action to come. We got some big games coming up. Remix.